Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Hong Kong Wine and Dine Festival 2020 online master classes, Wine and Spirits Talks, organized by Hong Kong Tourism Board. When we talk about tonic, what would you think of? Yes, it's gin, but how much do you know about gin? And besides tonic, what else could you mix with gin? Today, we have invited some special genius to share with us about what is gin and all about gin. Yay, let's welcome our gin experts today. First, we have Nelson here, Chief Editor of Wine Lux Magazine. Hello, Nelson.
Hello.
And then next we have Alex, the Beverage Development Manager of Tasting Screw.
How are you all?
Welcome, Nelson, and welcome, Alex. And today, our masterclass is very special because we have invited a gin expert from Singapore who is going to join us and share with us her world of spirits. So let's welcome the founder of Brasslands Distillery, Miss Jamie Koh. Hi, Jamie.
Hi. Hey. Hello.
Hi, hello. How are you? It's great to have all of you here. And of course, we have to welcome all of our friends who are watching online right now. If you have any questions during our online masterclass, please feel free to type your questions, your comments through the chat box, and we'll try to answer them, as many as possible. So today, the theme for our masterclass is the tale of two cities gin when Brass Lion meets Hong Kong taste. So let me pass the time to Nelson first and to introduce the tasting kits to us.
So
Nelson,
today
please.
we have the tasting kit with 3 bottles of Brass Lion gin. It's a small bottle, but with different tastes. And also we have 1 bottle of tonic water and measuring shot glass. So actually when we do the cocktail, we need the shot glass and also some garnish, the garnish to decorate your cocktail, and also with a bar spoon. So this is a really complete tasting kit for the bar and also the cocktails.
And you got to know that gins from Brass Lion has never been to Hong Kong. So this tasting kit is limited edition for Hong Kong only. And the set is $600. So for those of you who haven't had the chance to buy them, you could visit our official website, masterclasses.discoverhongkong.com, and you could purchase them before they're all gone. So with Jamie here, of course, let's start with you. Let's start with knowing some of the background for Brass Lion Distillery. We want to know more story and the background of it. Could you share with us, please?
Yes. Hi. So my journey started in 2012, so quite a while ago. I had the idea of creating a Singapore spirit, and there were none in Singapore. So what happened was I had this journey all over the world. I went to the US to learn how to distill. And then this journey also took me to the UK as well as the Black Forest in Germany. So we were training under master distillers over there and finally got the recipe for our Singapore dry gin. Once that was done, we came back to Singapore and we had to go through all the licensing, as you can imagine. That took a very, very long time, about 2 to 3 years. And we finally opened our doors in 2018. So we're about 2 years old. So pretty new, but yeah.
Right, so I know that you have started the school for quite a few years, and you have a lot of different pictures that you would like to show us, I believe, and walk us through your beautiful distillery or gin school, right?
Yes, that's right. So we took a 2-story building. If you can see it on screen, yes, that is our distillery. It's we're in the heart of all these offices, and then you have us, which is this little building in the middle of nowhere. It used to be an old warehouse, wood warehouse. So they used to store wooden furniture and make wood. And we took over this building. On the first floor is our entire manufacturing facility. So we manufacture all the gin on the first floor. If you go to the next picture, you can see that that is Nala, who is our 150-liter copper pot still. And we named her Nala after Simba's wife, because we're Brass Lion. And actually all stills are named after females. So Nala makes all of our gins. We have 5 different gins now. And after that, once we make all the gin, we also send some of the stuff upstairs because we have a full bar in the tasting room. So on to the next slide, you can see that this is our tasting room. People can come in for happy hour, they can come for cocktails. This is the space where they get to try all our gins, and we also make whiskey as well, so they can try some of that. And then behind this space on the second floor is where we have our R&D workshop. So this is a little room, and we can actually do a lot of small batches on little pot stills. So if we go to the next picture, what you can see is, we have 10 of these mini pot stills imported from Germany, and all these stills are 2 liters, so it's enough to make 1 bottle of gin. So we can do it for R&D, many ideas that we have, we can try on these stills, but people can also come in every week. So we have people like upstairs right now doing the gin school, and this is a 2 to 2.5 hour session where they come in, pick their botanicals from our herb garden downstairs or from all the drawers that we have, and they can choose their flavor profile and distill their very, very own bottle of gin to take home at the very end of the day.
Wow, thank you for sharing your story with us. And of course, I want to fly over right away to visit your school. I'm sure same for Nelson and Alex. But before we could do that, how about with you here with us today? Could you walk us through the gins from the tasting kits? Walk us through and let us try together.
Sure. Okay, so you guys have 3 gins with you.
Yes.
These are our first 3 gins. So the first gin that you have is our Singapore Dry Gin. So this is our flagship product. When we created or thought of the idea of a Singapore gin, we didn't want to just blindly copy a London Dry Gin style because that is quite juniper forward and quite heavy. You guys have juniper berries with you as the garnish. You can just crush that a little bit and smell it. So juniper berries is what makes gin gin. And we kind of have the juniper backbone, but we also wanted to ramp up the citrusy notes, the floral notes, because we are, like in Singapore, we're in a tropical country, and we are in the tropics, so we wanted the gin to be more citrusy and more refreshing. So let's go ahead and try this gin. You have a tasting glass, a measuring glass in front of you, so you can measure 5 mils, or you can just pour, and let's try it.
So for our online friends who have the tasting kits, so have your first glass ready. Let's try it together. Wow, it smells really good. I'm really new to gin, so I don't know what I'm expecting, but it smells really good to me. What about you, Nelson?
So actually, I found
the citrus really comes through.
Yeah. The citrus and also some floral notes. I think that's very important because I think the gin, of course, the juniper berries is a backbone, but I think added the floral notes and also some citrusy is really good to represent the style of Singapore. I think that is a very nice gin.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
How about Alex?
We added pomelo peels as well as chrysanthemum flowers and the torch ginger flowers, so to create some interesting kind of citrus flavors.
Yeah.
So let's cheer. Let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
all.
Let me try it. Wow. It's quite strong to me, but I like the aftertaste actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of warmth on the palate. So even though you have this really lovely kind of floral nose, the finish and the body has a lot of kind of spices and warm kind of ginger, lemongrass flavor.
Yeah.
It really kind of balances out the flavor and gives you a very full, rounded flavor profile.
Yeah. I like the spice and also the lemongrass. I feel it and it is really represent something in the Asia.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes. Thank you. So how about we go on to our next one? I'm very attracted to the name itself. Jamie?
The Thai pea gin. So this is the blue one that you have in front of you. So Thai pea flower is something that we use in our local cuisine, our local Peranakan cuisine. And we actually grow these flowers in our backyard.
Yes.
So this flowers, the flavor is quite earthy, but we ramped it up with extra lavender, so giving it a very, very floral note. So let's go ahead and try it.
Yes, I'm so eager to try this one because look at the color, so beautiful. Purple, my favorite color. Wow.
Even the label, you can see that we've added in the Peranakan tiles. When you go to Singapore, you can see all these tiles in all the old shop houses. So that's a very typical kind of motif and design that you see.
Ooh.
Yes, I really like this one because the floral smell of it, the lavender.
Many lavenders.
Because Jamie mentioned and I did smell lavender. Yes, let's try it.
And the color is very attractive.
Yes.
And butterfly pea I think it's a very good choice also because it's really special. I never tried the similar gin from all over the world, but this one is something also represent the Singaporean and also very nice color with the very good flavor of the lavender. I really love it. Yeah, this is really nice.
How about Alex?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that lavender explodes out of the glass. But one thing to note is that it's not just a floral. On the palate, you have a lovely kind of balanced flavor. Again, you have this roller coaster, and for me, this is a perfect gin to have in the daytime. Like this is gonna be your first drink of the day. You might start with this one.
Yeah.
You know what I think of when I first drink it? I think of like as if I'm in Bangkok or in Singapore. So it makes me want to like imagine that I'm traveling right now, even though we can't. But something to
For the vacation.
for satisfying our taste buds first, right?
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you,
an airflow in the
Jamie,
glass.
for introducing us the second one. How about we go on the third one?
So what we have over here, you can see it's the Pahit Pink Gin.
Okay.
So we launched just Gin Pahit earlier this year. And Pahit actually means bitter in Malay. So essentially, it is our version of the traditional cocktail pink gin, which the British used to drink, which is essentially gin, Angostura bitters, and sweetened slightly. So what we've done is we've made our own version of it. So we use our Singapore dry gin as a base. We've used Singapore bitters, so we make it in-house at a distillery from different ingredients from the traditional Chinese medicine shops, such as red dates, goji berries, hawthorn, santa. We infuse that, make our own bitters, and then we kind of combine both of them together. So this gin is great if you love Negronis, if you love old fashions. It's just great to drink after dinner, like on the rocks.
Yes, it smells.
Definitely.
Yes, let's toast together.
Yeah.
One, two,
Cheers.
three, let's try it.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
Wow.
This one is really complex.
Yes, I do taste the bitterness of it.
And also, just like Jamie said, it's something the elements like Negroni, but it's more than that. I like the spice, also the Asian spice.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
It's quite strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, someone who drinks a lot of whiskey, this really speaks to me. I
Yeah.
think that warmth, it really reminds me of an old fashioned. I want to have it an old fashioned
Yeah,
right
yeah,
away,
yeah.
or even just on the rocks. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
just on the rock, I think it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no need to mix anything.
Well, I hope our online friends also like these three genes that we just walked through. And we got a questions from the chat box for Jamie. What kind of Singapore food would you suggest to pair with genes?
Okay. Good question. So the first gin is a very citrusy gin, and it reminds me of summer, a hot summer day. And this pairs very well with our local curries or chili crab. Like that just really cuts the richness of the curries. For the second gin, this goes very, very well with creamy stuff. So if you think of our local laksa, this is a perfect accompaniment for that. And the third gin, because we have all these herbs and spices, 5-spice powder kind of flavors, it goes really, really well with your crispy roast pork, your braised duck. Even in Hong Kong, if your shao la, that kind of flavors, it
Right.
works perfect. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jamie, for your sharing. I think our online friends could try that next time with the gene. And how about next we pass the time to Alex and see what you can mix the gene with. And let's pass the time to Alex now.
Absolutely. So when you think about gin, the first thing you think about is maybe a gin tonic. So what we're going to do today is we're using the ingredients that's provided in the kit to make a wonderful gin tonic using the butterfly pea gin. It's a very simple drink, so what you need to do most is consider your technique. So what we have here is a glass that's really chilled. It's filled with ice. And then we're going to add in a full measure of the butterfly pea gin. In this case, we're talking about 45 mils.
Actually, I like the color.
Yes.
And also, this butterfly pea, you can have some magic. When he mixed with something, the color
Look at
change.
that.
Yeah, look at that. The
It's
color
really
is really
blue now,
attractive.
though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But here's the thing: when you have something like acidic with something like a fever, like a tonic, basically the acid changes the color pigments in the butterfly pea, turning into a lovely, lovely pink color.
Yeah. So you see the magic.
Watch the glass carefully as we carefully pour the tonic
Okay.
into the drink.
Yeah.
Magic time.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see.
So beautiful.
Right before your eyes, the color changes to a lovely pink color.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is just stir a little bit to incorporate the gin and the tonic together.
So you can mix it at home. I think this is really,
Yeah, you
really
can try
good.
that at home, right? It's
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
easy.
Something
yeah,
show
yeah.
off to your friends.
Yeah,
Exactly,
show
right?
off to the friends.
To your girlfriend.
Yeah, in a party, I think
Yes.
that is really...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now one of the key things in making a cocktail is to garnish it with things that are appropriate to the flavor profile or even for its color. In this case, we're garnishing with a dehydrated grapefruit slice, which is inside your kit. And like any gin is made with juniper. So we're going to use some lovely juniper to kind of accent the top aroma of that cocktail.
Wow.
So a little 3 pieces, which are also included in your kit as well.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah.
And it's easy. So actually, I think if you can mix it like this at home, so everybody...
It's not all that hard either.
Right.
Everything you need is in the house
yeah,
already.
Yes, it's not easy to find ingredients. So with this beautiful cocktail here, let's talk about the trend. What's the cocktail trend nowadays? How about we start with Jamie? Jamie, you want to share with us about the trend?
Yep. So in Singapore, I think in the past couple of years, there's been this explosion in cocktail bars, and people are starting to care more and more about craft spirits and their backstory, how it's made, and what spirit's all about. So I guess in Singapore, like there's this growing awareness. So we came in at the right time because this is kind of the time when we get to educate people about it. Also, people are starting to discover local ingredients and botanicals. So there's this bar called Native. They only stock local Southeast Asian spirits, and they also use a lot of local ingredients and techniques. So I think that's a huge trend, as well as sustainability as well. And we are kind of right on the, we try to be as sustainable as we can. We reuse all our spent botanicals in the gin, and we recently actually bottle our gin in bigger bottles as well, so that when bars take the gin, they actually get it in a 4.5 liter bottle that they then transfer to smaller bottles, and that helps to save glass waste as well as packaging waste. So the big trends like local as well as sustainability.
Thank you, Jamie. It's interesting to know.
Absolutely.
How about the trends in Hong Kong? Alex and
Yes.
Nelson, let's share about that.
Actually, I think in Hong Kong, in these 2-3 years, gin is the big hit. It's really, really popular in Hong Kong in many bars, and also some specific gin bar in Hong Kong. And there are many upcoming distillery also in Hong Kong, because I think in Hong Kong we have different kinds of ingredients. And for gin, mainly we can choose some botanicals locally. So we can try some local ingredients and local idea and infuse in the gin. I think that is really, really a good try. And also, Hong Kong people are very creative.
Yes.
And so we can try something really, really different. And at the gin bar, we try something even with the Vita soy, with the gin, and also some Chinese herbal tea in the gin. I think that is really, really cool and very interesting.
And people in Hong Kong love, they're creative, and they also like
yeah.
surprises, and they're very
something
open-minded.
you never imagine, so you can try at the bar.
Right, that's great. Thank
And
you,
how about
Nelson.
bartender?
No, I agree with everything you guys said. Just like Jamie mentioned, something about story, about sustainability is very, very important. So not just the spirit itself, but if you're talking about a cocktail, people want to learn about all the ingredients inside. So whether or not the lemon juice you have is sustainable, whether or not you went out and sourced the ingredients sustainably, who sold it to you, what does it doing inside the cocktail, not just for flavor, but also is it telling a story as well.
Right.
I think that's one of the most important things right now, is because a great flavor is something that a lot of trained bartenders can achieve, but it's about hospitality and making sure that you're fully immersed in that cocktail.
Right,
Yes.
right. And with Alex here, how about we ask you to teach us another way or other ingredients to mix a cocktail for us?
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. So today we'll be making one cocktail. It's called the Inseparable. The idea is that we wanted to focus on the Brass Lions story and the Hong Kong story.
Yes.
So we use ingredients which are common to both of these locales. So first of all, I'm going to prepare my glassware. I prepared 3 glasses for 3 cocktails for 3 of us.
Wow.
I could
Lovely.
try it this
Good.
time. Wow, that's a big rock.
A big ice means that it will melt slowly, so you can enjoy it right away.
Right.
Oh, pardon me.
And this is something we could try at home, right?
Absolutely. So if you happen to have the ingredients on hand, something you can get in your wet market and do a little bit of work at home, you can process into something that'll work. Yeah, absolutely, you can make it at home. So we have a cocktail shaker, and first of all, we're going to add in our gin. Now I'm making 3 drinks. It may look like a lot of gin, but don't worry, there are 3 cocktails worth in here. So we have 45 mils of the Singapore dry Brass Lion first.
That's the first gin that we tried today.
Exactly.
Yeah, the first one. That's the original taste.
Right.
Yeah. And I love the taste of the lemongrass.
Yes.
And also the pomelo peel. And so it gives them some citrusy and also the floral and a really tropical
Yes.
feeling. So this is good. And I found Alex making something really tropical.
Exactly right. So those elements inside the gin, you have the lemongrass. For me, it speaks to tropical flavor, so I'm using a little bit of mango here. So in one cocktail, we have 30 mils of mango puree. Now, of course, when you hear mango, you're automatically assuming it's going to be sweet. But
Yes.
don't you worry. Even though that this is inspired by a local Hong Kong dessert, like mango saimalo and mango bodeng, we're not making a dessert drink here.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people love that dessert. Do you like it, Jamie? Do you like mango? What do you call it? Sai Milo. I don't know what you call it in
Sai Milo.
English. You guys have it there too, right, Jamie?
Private Hong Kong desserts are very, very popular in Singapore.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
in different countries, the mango saimalo is.
It's very famous.
Absolutely. So I've just added a little bit of a coconut cream inside. This one, any kind of coconut cream will do, but for a Hong Kong story, we're using Yanqing Ki.
Yanqing Ki.
Yanqing Ki is a local brand of
Yeah.
coconut candies.
Also signature from Hong Kong.
Now, of course, these 2 ingredients are a little sweet, but next up is a bitter ingredient. This is something that's going to balance that fruitiness, that sour, that sweetness, and give it a bit more complexity.
Yeah.
So what I have here is a aperitivo wine. It's called Ko and Americano. I've infused that with chrysanthemums and osmanthus flowers.
Okay.
So there's 15 mils of this in each drink. So I'm putting 45 in total. And finally, just for balance, we're adding a little bit of lime juice.
Lime juice.
This will help cut through that kind of richness, that acidity,
Yeah.
that sweetness, and give it a lot more balance.
Yeah. Balance is very important because
Yes.
sometimes you don't want the cocktail too sweet.
Yes.
So with some lemon juice and something citrusy, and it makes it more balanced, and you can drink more freshness.
Yes, because maybe I believe gentlemen tend to like drinks that are less
Yeah,
sweet. So we want to balance it out so
Yeah,
so that both gentlemen
But
and
of
ladies
course,
love it.
the color of this cocktail, I think, seems very rich.
Yes.
But let's taste it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So now we had ice in the shaker of all the ingredients, and we shake.
Yeah.
Wow. This is so cool. I'm looking at it so close. And look at your muscles. You need a lot of strength to shake
It's a
it.
gym and a job at the same time.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. So if we do try at home, how long should we shake this cocktail?
So we do it by feel and bar, but really what you're looking for is for the shaker to feel ice cold, which would take around about 15 seconds.
15
Okay,
seconds.
15 seconds. So actually, when you're shaking, it's a show time.
Yes.
So I need to learn.
And I was totally looking at Alex postures and his muscles, and now I get to try it. I'm so looking forward to it. And the color looks beautiful.
Very
I'm sorry,
beautiful.
Jamie, you have to guess the taste now, right?
Try to imagine.
Yes, could you imagine with your own gin and all the other ingredients that Alex had added?
So
So-
run to the dessert shop later and buy some and taste.
Yes.
So now we're garnishing the cocktail. So I mentioned by using complementary ingredients.
Okay.
We're using more mango this time, some diced mango to garnish off.
It really looks like the mango pudding.
Yes.
So in this case, garnishing is all about color. So sometimes you have contrast, sometimes you can have similar colors. So right now I'm adding some chrysanthemum flower petals.
Yeah.
So we have yellow on yellow on yellow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's
yeah,
beautiful. Chrysanthemum, I never thought you would put that in a cocktail.
If you have a little bit in your drink, then if you have a little sip together, then it gives a bitterness as well. And like I said, it really accentuates those tropical herbal notes inside the gin as well.
Yeah.
Here we are, folks. The inseparable.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow,
This looks
inseparable.
really nice.
Jamie, Jamie, are you thirsty? How about while we try this, we also pass the time to Jamie. How about you demonstrate a Singapore-style cocktail for us? and we could enjoy our cocktails together.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so when people always ask me like, what's my favorite cocktail? And for me, it always depends on the time of the day or my mood. But this cocktail that I'm gonna be demonstrating to you guys today is a very, very easy cocktail. And it's I feel it's really representative of Singapore because Singapore is hot. And I always want something cool and refreshing and easy to drink. And when you go to the hawker centers, you always get calamansi juice. So this is what we're gonna be using as the main ingredient for this cocktail. So over here I have my glass, okay, highball glass. We have made over here the calamansi syrup. So we do freshly squeezed calamansi juice and then we sweeten it slightly. So I have 25 mils of this. I'm just gonna pour that right into my glass. And then because we need to balance out the sweetness, we also have freshly squeezed lemon juice. So this is 30 mils, and I'll just pour it right in as well. Okay, now we have the Singapore dry gin. So the Singapore dry gin is great for cocktails because it's very versatile and you can use it for most gin-based cocktails. So I'm going to be adding 1 shot of that. And all that just goes right into the glass. Here. Okay. I'm going to give it a quick little stir. Add some more ice. Remember, this drink is supposed to be very, very refreshing.
Yes,
certainly
I
looks
could
it,
tell.
yes.
We're using our imaginations now.
And then after that, for some bubbles and carbonation, I'm going to top it up with tonic water, or I like soda water as well. Either one works. So just top that right up. Let's see like this.
Looks nice.
Yes.
Look at those bubbles, huh?
And then we've also made some homemade hibiscus tea. So I'm just going to slowly layer that on
Magic
top.
too.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at those colors, my goodness.
Yeah, nice color.
Easy to make and very, very refreshing, perfect on a hot day.
Good.
And this is what's the name of this cocktail, Jamie?
It's called the Lion City Spritz.
Wow. And
Lion City.
our online viewers could also try Jamie's cocktail as well.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
with cocktails in our hands, let's try it. Let's do a toast together.
Cheers.
1, 2, 3, cheers.
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 Let's try it. Wow. I really like this one because I like that chrysanthemum
good.
taste. I mean, I never thought I would taste that in a cocktail. And of course with the mango and a little bit of coconut cream, it's really nice. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, I loved the taste of this. I always like the mango flavor with different kinds of cocktail. But this one I think is not too sweet, and also with the balance of the
Yes.
acidity. I think it's good.
I mean, it was a great experience making this drink because both Singapore and Hong Kong have wonderful food cultures. And those ingredients are really interchangeable and really demonstrate the kind of food that we have in our cities. And it makes a
Right.
great drink as well.
Yeah.
So Jamie, why don't you tell us about your cocktail and tell us about the taste? I know we're using our imaginations, but you have to describe it a bit more for us.
So today, I don't know about what the weather is like in Hong Kong, but it was really, really hot. And, I was running from events to events. So, it's really the perfect drink like right now. Like this is really exactly what I needed. It's ice cold, it's refreshing, there's carbonation, and it's not too sweet. So I don't like my drinks too sweet. So it's quite tart and just, perfect for a hot day.
Thank you, Jamie. And of course, thank you, Nelson and Alex, for sharing all the insights and doing all the demonstrations. So a warm reminder that the Jeans from Brass Lions has never been to Hong Kong. And so this tasting kits, it's limited editions for Hong Kong, all of our fans. So if anyone haven't had the chance to order, please visit our official website and you could order them. And meanwhile, while we're enjoying this cocktail, how about we answer some of the questions from our online friends?
Yeah.
So the first one is for Jamie. Any new flavors of gin that will launch? Jamie?
So we've launched several new versions of gin. We're just waiting for the right time to slowly roll them out. So recently, we've launched our barrel-aged gin. We made Singapore's first whiskey, and since we're bringing the cask in, what we did was we decided, we have a cask anyways, let's fill the next cask with gin. So with gin, you don't actually have to age it as long as whiskey because you still want to retain the gin flavors, and not overwhelm it with the cask. So over here we have our newly launched barrel-aged gin.
Wow.
So this is
Very nice.
and it's it's caramel. It's ex-bourbon cask, so vanilla and caramel notes. We actually just won a gold award for this, so it's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Next that we have one that we did a collab, so with Singapore Airlines. I think with Singapore Airlines, when someone thinks of Singapore Airlines, the signature batik print is what they would think about. So we have the batik gin.
Oh.
The print.
Wow.
That's a lovely
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah.
I like the design of the
Yes.
bottle too.
Very attractive.
So what we've done is that we've kind of reimagined the flavors of a Singapore Sling, because people sometimes think that Singapore Sling might be too sweet or too syrupy, but we've actually made it into a gin. So we use the core components of Singapore Sling, like pineapple. We use a lot of fresh pineapple in this. Instead of, let's say, cherries, we use hawthorn, sansa instead. Instead of lime, we actually use the calamansi. So this is our version of Singapore Sling gin. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I haven't tasted it. I already want it.
Yeah, I really want it.
Thank you, Jamie. That's something that we should look forward to in the future, right? Thank you, Jamie. And now the next question is, I believe, is for Nelson and Alex, because someone just asked, what kind of Hong Kong food is good to pair with gin?
For me, I like something really authentic, like the Hong Kong street food.
Okay.
For example, something really like a deep fried octopus, or maybe deep fried fish ball. Even I've tried with the stinky tofu.
Oh,
Wow.
Because sometimes when you taste the gin and tonic or something very refreshing cocktail, I think I like something really deep fried and with a different kind of taste.
So
mixed together.
strong flavors,
Strong
right?
flavor. Yeah.
Okay. How about
you?
Alex?
Well, for me, if we're talking about gin pairings with Hong Kong food, I think anything that uses a lot of white pepper might be really suitable to pair together with your gin. Scallions, those kind of things like abalone gonji, for example, might be really nice. Or steamed fish, even a lot of that ginger.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the Brass Lion's Batik gin, I think char siu is probably really
Yeah,
good together
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
Wow. So I guess you could try all of these different combinations and see what you like the best, right? Basically.
Yeah.
So how about one more question from our chat box? Is the question is, what fruit do we serve the gin with? What kind of fruit?
Well, I think that's a pretty easy one. Almost every fruit works. Personally, I prefer tropical fruits with things with high acidity. So things like, of course, mango, like in this cocktail here, pineapples.
Yeah.
Things with less acidity, like dragon fruit, maybe not so much. But definitely, even something more run-of-the-mill, like strawberries and raspberries. I think will do very well with gin.
Yeah, I sometimes I tried with the grapefruit. Yeah, and also even lime, I think is very suitable with the gin. Different kinds of fruit, I think is a very many possibility.
Right. Thank you. How about Jamie? Jamie, what kind of fruit do you like to serve with gin?
Like Alex said, we use actually pineapple. We think that that's a perfect complement for citrusy and refreshing gin. We also use a lot of grapefruit. So, but
Right.
actually, most fruits work.
Yeah.
So like we said previously, just try with different fruits and find the taste that you like. And there are many possibilities for gins, and just have fun with it, right? Just enjoy it. And of course, we had such a great time today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Nelson, for all of your sharings and demonstrations. And to end this class, let's have a toast together. We're almost finishing this drink.
yeah.
Before we
Almost
finish,
done. My
let's
goodness.
also have a selfie together. How about that?
Okay, good.
So we could have a photo with Jamie in Singapore at the same time. So ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, cheers!
Cheers!
Well, I hope all of our viewers online are having a lot of fun with us today. And after the gin, I believe a lot of you might want to enjoy some food. So later today at 6 p.m., a chef team from Korea will demonstrate 2 authentic recipes with us. So for those of you who have ordered the cooking kit, please get them ready. Well, my mouth is already drooling. I'm sure we're all hungry, right? So, well, hope you have a good time, and stay tuned for the program. Have fun, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Jamie, once
Cheers.
again. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
香港美酒佳肴巡禮網上大師班，一連3個星期6日，精彩節目同你暢飲暢聚。嚟到最後一個星期，呢個週末邀請大家參加超級 Party， 啟發自經典法式甜品，口味獨特，矜貴創新。酒店行政總廚為你親身示範，廚藝大師公開家傳食譜，整啱晒開 party 食嘅印度著名咖喱雞。星級調酒師 J Khan 會教大家調製荷里活式龍舌蘭雞尾酒。有冇諗過手工啤配便利店小食，原來可以咁夾咁好玩？釀酒師 Chris 話過你知。結合川菜同粵菜嘅優點，名廚邵德龍師傅創作出鮮味十足嘅沸騰魚香。如果葡萄酒同芝士係絕配，咁手工啤夾芝士又會有乜嘢化學作用呢？試酒師 Kingston 同芝士專家 Bonnie 會即場拆解。網上大師班，周日壓軸呈現味蕾新勢力。味覺視覺同樣精彩，廚藝大師用招牌主菜三黃雞完美展示。委內瑞拉粟米粽你可能聽都未聽過，名廚會分享呢一樣自己家鄉嘅聖誕節美食。世界級調酒師 Antonio 同專業咖啡師 Timmy 會聯手發掘威士忌同咖啡之間嘅種種混合美學。威士忌之鄉蘇格蘭有6大產區，各有唔同地理、風土以及歷史。威士忌達人帶路，開展蘇格蘭威士忌之旅。食咗當去咗，喺屋企學整地道嘅西班牙海鮮飯，一齊回味西班牙。原桶入樽同夠晒純正味道嘅威士忌，品酒雜誌總編輯 Nelson 率先同你試飲。一個網睇晒直播同點播，完全免費。